Welcome to Couture Gaming. Welcome if you are new. You can call me KK, and welcome to another Pride video. We are unfortunately halfway through Pride, and this is only my third video. Hopefully I can get some more out very quickly. But we are over here in Nordhaven, building in Lighthouse Lookout. This is a 64 by 64 lot. It is the farthest left lot over here in the Little Bay Area. On our last Sims Pride video, we anthropomorphized Pride flags, and this time we're going to build houses for them. So we are going to start off with the pansexual flag, since that was the first sim that I made. And as you can tell, I have 7 houses because I made 7 flags. And they're all like a 6 square by something. I don't know, but each house is going to be different. So be sure to stay tuned for this 7-part series on how I do all of their houses. Again, we're starting off with pansexual. Pansexuals are people that love regardless of gender. So be that male, female, non-binary, trans, or anywhere and everywhere in between. That is what pride sexuality is. It's actually one of my pride flags as well. The colors of the pansexual flag are pink, yellow, and blue. So everything in this build is going to be those colors. I have also decided that each house is going to look like that flag. So the colors on each level is going to be the colors of the flag. We're also going to take some creative liberty on how it's designed based on what looks good. And the inside of the houses are also going to be separated into each individual color. Now, I do feel that's going to probably get a little more complicated when I get to flags like the lesbian flag and the gay flag, which I believe have 5 colors each, but they're technically not 5 colors. It's like 2 strips of pink, a strip of white, and then 2 strips of orange for the lesbian. And then the gay flag is 2 strips of blue, a strip of white, and 2 strips of green. But they're like different shades of blue and different shades of green and different shades of pink and different shades of orange, which we'll discuss that when we get to it. So for now, I'm just going to go and work on the shell for this house. I decided I kind of wanted bay windows on this one, which unfortunately kind of ends up being a theme for the flags. Just I think bay windows are kind of cool. I will say I am very, very saddened by the lack of color swatches in the same style roofing when I was looking for here. So to get my pan colors, I had to use a corrugated metal roof because I was literally the only one that had all 3 colors, and I did not want to have our roofing tiles not match. I did decide to make the center strip just this black shingle. I feel like it makes our colors stand out a lot. But other than that, like I don't know, I wasn't too happy with the roofing on this one, but it is what it is. I also decided on this build that I'm going to have what are these, like the frieze or the exterior moldings or whatever also match the um the color of each set of flags. Obviously, like the roof trim is going to be blue, and then it's going to be like a yellow exterior trim, and then underneath it'll be like the pink trim or whatever these are called, the friezes or the exterior trims. 'Cause I know there's like, if you look over on the left panel, there's like a difference. One is the frieze and one is the exterior, but I never really know like what the difference is between them, other than where they place. So we're starting out on our sorta pink layer. I don't really do anything on the pink layer other than make it look like a faux garage. So our little like jutted out piece here for like your little front porch patio ends up with some pink stone. I don't know why I ended up making the stairs yellow when it's on the pink layer. It should have stayed pink, but when I did have it at pink at one point, it didn't look correct. So just kind of went with what looked right for me. And then I put a yellow window on the pink because the pink on pink looked kind of bad. Now I'm just going to go ahead on each of our, technically it's the second and third layer, but it's only the first and second usable floors on this house, and put all of our windows into the color that is that floor. So the yellow brick layer is going to have yellow and the blue is going to have blue. That the windows and everything are all done, I ended up dividing the inside. So on the bottom floor, we have 4 rooms, technically 5 once I end up partitioning out that little tiny room. So the first room is all pink, the second area is going to be all yellow, and then that back area is all blue. So our front section is our living room. And this one's actually kind of fun to do. There's actually a lot of pink like living room items to add, which was so much fun. I took this little bay window and made a little nook. I kind of wanted it to be like a reading nook or just like this cozy little place. My favorite thing when I was out in the mountains staying in a cabin was they had this little nook overlooking just the mountainside and down into the trees. And my favorite thing to do when it was snowing was just kind of like sit in that nook with my book and just sit there and read. And it was just so comfy cozy. So I took the pastel pop bookshelf, which y'all like for the pan fried flag specifically, like that kit is just chef's kiss. And kind of put it here as a divider. Just, I don't know, made a little entranceway kind of thing. And of course, you got your books and you got your stacks of pillows, and it's just so comfy cozy. We're also adding a desk, also from the Pastel Pop Kit, because I didn't have anywhere else to put a desk. And if you know anything about The Sims, having a computer is kind of mandatory to be able to have your Sims do literally anything. So I just filled that top shelf with some books, a couple of plants, and some like little pink knickknacks that I found. I used the computer from the was it Cozy Gamer or Comfy Gamer kit? It's the one that Little Simsy made. Kind of just adding some pops of yellow to kind of brighten up the space. I did try to keep this room all pink, but unfortunately, like it started becoming really hard to discern things back and forth. We go into our next little area, and this is like our transitional area. I don't know what my thought process was, but I got some archways up and put them in the pan by good colors, and then we divided this room that I put here by the stairs. Half of it is the bathroom, and the other half is going to be the laundry room. So this is a half bath, so we just have a yellow toilet, and then I found these rugs, which, I don't know what kit these are from, but I love that they were the pan by colors, so we just kind of put them in there, and then same with this portrait that was yellow and blue. And then we have our laundry room. So everything, of course, in the laundry room is yellow. Honest to God, I hate playing with laundry days because my Sims will just throw their things on the floor once the laundry basket is full. And when I tell them to actually do laundry, most of the time they don't do the laundry. So while I love building with the laundry day kit, I absolutely hate it. I hate it so much. Under the stairs, we did make a little artist alcove using the new artist kit. It's like the artist something kit, but it's the artist studio. That's what it is. I used the artist studio kit under here, so I used some of the easels and like this little like paint station thing, and some of the sketches I put up under the stairs. And they also had this little like trolley thing and this thing that holds like all your supplies. And I don't know, I loved this little corner so much. I don't know what my whole idea process was this room, because that's really all I did in this room, aside from putting the stairs there, of course. We're now going to work on the kitchen. I am separating off about half the kitchen because I did want to raise it up on a platform to where our Sims have to just kind of like step up a little bit to get into the kitchen. I do wish for the platform paint that we did have more options. The blue option that you see here is literally the only blue option we had, and I hate it, but I also didn't like the way it looked without having the platform paint. So we are using some blue cupboards. I believe these are the Harbinger cupboards on the bottom, possibly. And I think it's maybe Home Chef Hustle on the top. I don't know. These are super cute. This is the new fridge from the Cozy Kitch kit, I think is what it is. That's a new kitchen kit that came out. And they have these amazing sinks which have like little dishes in them. And I don't know. I loved the way this kitchen came out so much. I especially love like all the like postcards and magnets and stuff on the fridge. It really makes the house feel lived in. And I think that was one of those ingenious items that the Sims team did put in here. And I know you guys see this little like pig shelf kind of floating around everywhere. This is a trick to raise things up onto items without hitting Alt 9. So you place it on the shelf of the whichever like little shelving unit you're using, you raise the shelving unit to where you want it. And then you pull the item off and it stays at that height. So just a quick little tip. I love doing that. It's so much easier than trying to Alt 9 and make sure it's not floating. I did take from the Bistro kit these little lace curtains and line them up all the way across this window. And then I changed all of them to match the Pride flag colors. Our little cupcake lights are my favorite because they automatically come in our pan of flag colors. So I put single ones over our chairs, of course, in pink, yellow, and blue. And then I use the trio throughout the kitchen. Upstairs, we're following that same color pattern. So the front's the master bedroom, the middle, which we're working on now, I turned into like this little reading nook area, and the bathroom for the back side, which is our little singular room. So we're going to start off in the bathroom. I don't know why I always start off in the bathroom on most of my builds. I think because you can't have the room too big. You can't have it too small. If it's too big, you have all this empty space and it looks awful and takes up way too much of your build. If it's too small, you don't have enough room for literally anything. So this is what we did. We got another yellow bathroom. So we have a yellow one downstairs, which is a half bath with an attached laundry room. And then upstairs we have a full bath. And I just added some of the robes and then of course alternated them in our pan flag colors. And again, trying to add at least just some pops of color into these rooms, like the all yellow room, where like it just becomes so monochromatic that it's not appealing to the eye. So I am adding just pops of different colors to make it look like flags in here as well. In this little hallway area, this is where we are creating our little comfy cozy reading nook. I not entirely sure how I do feel about this area. I feel like I just have reading nooks everywhere in all of my builds, and it's probably because like I am both an author and an active reader, and I want books everywhere, even in my real life. Going back to that cozy kitsch kit or whatever the heck it's called, this is a backsplash I just put behind this bookcase again for more pops of colors. These are crystal photos from, I don't know, it's like the jewelry kit or something, adding lots of plants and little odds and ends that just have all the colors on them. And I love, okay, I lied. I do love at least this little section right here. I wasn't too fond of just having the table and chair over by the stairs, but this little area with like the books and all the little knicky-knacks, like I think it was cute. We're going to jump on into the master bedroom, which is the pink part of the house. And I went back and forth a lot with this wallpaper. I think I changed this wallpaper at least like 10 times before I settled on the one that you guys see on screen. The bathroom again is all pink, so it's another full bath. And look, see, like I'm still sitting here fighting with picking the perfect like color combo of pink because I don't want it too pink, but it's also supposed to be pink. Y'all, my creative process with this was all over the place. Of course, we've got to have our pink robe. Something about doing bathroom builds in The Sims, you have to have these robes, you have to have towels. Yes, they're little minor details, but it's just something that just really makes it feel like an actual house, you know? I will say I did struggle pretty hard with finding curtain placements, especially with those front like pointy windows. But I think these little ruffle curtains actually work. I love these little fringe lights. I have never used these fringe lights, or even actually these lights that I'm using here either, until this build. Mostly because it's really hard to find chandeliers that fit a small, like a small wall height. Most of them are for like medium or higher. Even if you shrink them, your Sims will get stuck. So finding these super short ones are pretty cool. Of course, lots of plants literally everywhere. I can't do a build without plants. It's just in my nature. I have to have plants everywhere. Plants and books. That's it. If you guys have seen any of my builds, it's always plants and books. end of the pink room. Just adding a couple of finishing touches, and then we're going to go into the blue side of the house. Now, this room is a lot bigger than I needed it to be, but I didn't know where I wanted to go with this. I did know I wanted it to be like a single bedroom, so it could have been like a roommate or a teenager or something. So I'm sitting here pulling out all the blue beds that I feel like would work, and ended up settling on this blue and yellow one. Again, still trying to pull in some of our flag colors in here. And again, at this point of the build, still cannot figure out what I wanted to do with this room. I still am not 100% certain how I feel about it now, post that it's all built. But this whole lot will eventually be on the gallery, and you guys can select which houses you want. So in this room, I made it kind of like a teen, young adult music room, kind of. Maybe it's a guest bedroom or something. I don't know. So we are doing lots of these posters from werewolves, even this wall mural thing, which I thought was really cool and took up a lot of that space and just filled the wall as much as I needed it to. And we're just putting a bunch of like different posters, and we have some various guitars and this music mixer stand thing over here. I didn't know where I was going with this, and this was the build. This is what I did in this room. Okay, so now that we did the quick run through, let's go ahead and walk through each and every single one of our rooms. Here we go with our pink living room. I really love how this room came out. It is very pink, but I feel like those minor pops of the blues and the yellows really do tie it together. And again, this cozy kitsch furniture. Nope, pastel pop furniture. Chef's kiss, y'all. It's just what works. And here is our half bath downstairs. I love these rugs. It was such a cute addition, and it really fit the space perfectly. Our under the stairs artist area leads us into our very blue kitchen, again with our pops of pink and yellow. I don't know, like I tried to keep them all monochromatic, but I don't know, it worked so perfectly. We're gonna go upstairs and check out the upstairs. And we are nearing the end of our video, my friends. Let me know in the comments down below which room of our pansexual house is your favorite. And also let me know which flag on our LGBT spectrum is your flag. And maybe you will see it in this 7-part series build. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, including all other cozy game content, don't forget to click that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll go ding in your inbox every time I post. Down in the description box, there's an amazing, wonderful Facebook group called Cozy Gamers After Dark. Go ahead and join that group. We support all sorts of cozy games, and we are a very all-inclusive group. And while you are in that description box, don't forget to follow me across all social media sites. That's Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. I am a small-time content creator looking to grow her channel in 2025. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me on part 1 of a 7-part series. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.